battery 5 megapixel shooter on the Motorola Moto E 2nd generation. And it actually looks quite good. And I think you can take a picture as well. Okay. Alright, so that has been a camera test of the 5 megapixel rear facing shooter on the Moto. Okay, so as you guys can see, the cameras are decent. I mean, you really have to have some good lighting if you want to get a decent picture. In low light, I wouldn't do it. The video quality is okay, but the exposure tends to struggle a little bit unless the lighting is, again, perfect or decent. So that was the cameras, and as you can see, the mic quality was pretty good. I mean, you picked up my voice okay. It was pretty good. Now, let's move on here to some games. Now, before we get started on the games, I am a casual gamer, guys. I really don't do the heavy games. Like, I tested out a few, and I noticed that if you're gonna run the really heavy games, like what was it, Modern Combat or Asphalt 8 on regular settings, or Dead Trigger, you're only going to be able to run just that one game, and it's going to run okay. It's not going to be the best. But for casual games like Fruit Ninja and Subway Surfer here, it's going to run great. So let's go ahead and fire some of this up. And, you know, this runs really smooth. Waste a lot of time playing this game. Let it load up here, and let you hear the sound again. And it really does look great on this 4.5 inch screen here. So let's just play one round here. Forgive me if I suck behind the camera. And as you can see, I really have wasted a ton of time, because I don't have almost all the blades, and I dropped a couple dollars into this game. So let's play this round here. Alright, so let's just stop there. And as you can see, that ran really smoothly. And Subway Surfers is even smoother. So you know what, we're not going to do that. But casual games, Temple Run, Subway Surfer, Fruit Ninja, they run no problem. More graphically intensive games, they run, but you're only gonna have to leave just that one app open in the background. And as you can see, there was that slight delay, which I showed y'all how to fix earlier, and that happens kind of often. So, and as you can see, I had a ton of stuff open in the background, and that game still ran smooth as silk. So, there you go on the games. Now, let's move on to some benchmarks here. And I took the screenshots for you guys, so let me go ahead and load those up. We'll talk about the battery a little bit later. So, real quickly, because I don't know if I mentioned it, but these are all the sensors that the Moto E supports here. And I already covered that stuff earlier. And so this was in 3D Mark. And you can see the Ice Storm Unlimited got a score of 4,070. And here goes the regular Ice Storm, 4,562. And the Ice Storm Extreme, 2,307. So, and here goes a little bit of information along with some of the scores. So, right there, it did say Snapdragon 200 quad-core processor. And then in my other information app, the CPU-Z, it said a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400, which is not. It's going to be the Qualcomm Snapdragon 200, but it's still a quad-core processor. And right here, this is VLEMO. As you can see, this is the metal benchmark, scored a 676. And at the bottom of the pack, now this is funny because it beats out the Moto G, and in my opinion, the Moto G, I would say, is a little bit better device. The second generation is a little bit better device, and this Moto E here beat out that. And here it scored really, really well, like middle range of the pack here, beating out some of that other stuff and beating out the Moto G again. And so, yeah, this little guy's a trooper. And I don't know if I showed you guys that score, so there it is again. And then right here in the browser, I decided to run it one time. Scored low pack, but decent scores. And I'm pretty sure that if you use a regular browser, you're not going to have a problem. But this one came preloaded with Google Chrome, so that's what I used. Now, this is what I said I was going to show you guys earlier. So, these little icons here, these are when it's on data. And as you can see, when I took the screenshot, I actually had a lot going on, and I apologize. But right there, in good areas, you see you get a H or you get a 3G. So, no HSPA plus, no, you just get that H. And as you can see, the data speeds were, but it's more than sufficient to do what you needed to do on the go. And then you can see the Wi-Fi speeds were awesome there, and even tend to peak some other times. And then this is the quadrant benchmark, and you see it scored unbelievably well, beating out some older devices here. And then here is Geekbench 3, and you can see there's a low single core score and a decent multi-core score. And then right here is the Antutu, and I must say that I was really surprised. I was expecting a little bit lower score, but it did fairly well. So that was awesome. Alright guys, so that was all the benchmarks there. And as you guys know, I don't give too much weight to benchmarks. I just like to run them because I like the raw numbers. So you take that however you take it. Now, moving right along, let's talk about the battery life in this guy. And I'm going to go ahead and load up my battery scenarios for you guys while I talk about a few things. And if you want more detailed information about some of my battery scenarios, you can check out some of my extended battery reviews or some of my other smartphone reviews for that. But pretty much with heavy use, you're going to see here now, I believe this was more of a light use moment and moderate use moments here. So I just want to slide through and show you guys. That's heavy use right there. Yeah, pretty much just wanted to show y'all some actual data. But pretty much with heavy use, you're looking at about 6 hours. About 6 hours of screen on time. And now you can stretch it out throughout the day, and you'll get through a regular day, and you'll have about 6 hours of screen on time. Now that's funny because that's right on par with the Galaxy S3 I used to have, and the battery in this guy is a 2390, and the standard battery in my old S3 was a 2100. Now, and that was kind of funny that you can get about that. So what really heavy use, you're gonna get about 6 hours, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, about 6 hours. And I run all these tests. It takes me a few days. I run all these tests about 3 times. So got about 6 hours. I would say all 3 times. There was one time I got about 5 hours and some change, you know. But with heavy use, you're gonna get 6 hours. Now, with moderate use, you're gonna get a screen on time of about 4 hours, about 3 to 4 hours, and you're gonna get a usage time of about a day to maybe a day and a half. And yeah, and once again, check out some of my other videos. I'll leave some of my extended battery videos in the description so you can see just how exactly I set up these tests. So yeah, with moderate use, you're gonna get about a day, maybe a day and a half, and you're gonna get about 4 hours of screen on time. Now, with light use, and I really enjoyed this, with light use, you're gonna get about, on average, about 2 days. And you're gonna get a screen on time of about, it varies, because, you know, for light use, I just picked up my phone to check notifications, answer phone calls, like that, and I got about, yeah, about, if I did 2 hours a day, got about two days, maybe even 3 one day. So if you're a light user, you're really gonna get some good battery life out of this guy. If you're a moderate to heavy user, it's gonna be okay. But light use, you're gonna get about 2 to maybe 3 days, and that is really good. Now, that's awesome, considering that you can't take this battery out. This battery's sealed in. So this phone with this type of battery life is pretty good. Now, okay, moving right along. We're almost done, guys. I promise. I just wanted to cover everything for you guys. Moving right along. So, this is a pretty solid device at a great price. Now, all links to where I purchased this will be in the video description, but I purchased this from Best Buy, and I went down to the store and I actually picked it up and brought it home, and I paid about $102 after tax, because, you know, I had a little gift card, whatever. The original price before taxes for this 3G model here is $120. It's gonna be like after taxes probably $126, but I paid about $102. So the price for this guy is really awesome. And so if I had to recommend this phone to anybody, I probably recommend it to people that just want a reliable device, that don't want to have to set up much or tinker with much. You just want to pick your phone up and go, but you want to have the app selection of the Android ecosystem, and you want to be doing a lot of things on the go. You can do that with this device, and it's really not going to break your pockets, and it's going to perform just like you want it to. So this right here would probably be what I call one of the standards for my channel, because, you know, here at my channel I try to focus on giving you the absolute best performance for the cheapest price. You know, there's no reason why you should have to go out and drop $600, $700, $800 on a phone when you can get similar, if not better, performance paying a third of that, or paying half that, or paying way less than that. It's all about, and you know, you guys can quote me on this, if you want the secret to a solid device, it's all about finding the right balance between software and hardware. It's not about throwing money at something or stacking features into things. And no, it's not about that. It's about taking the time and finding the proper balance between software and hardware. And right here, I can say that I believe that Motorola has done that, because this device is solid. And I must say, probably gonna keep it around for a while. Yeah, I enjoyed that stock experience from Google, and you know, the Motorola features is just what you would want. So I'm probably gonna keep it around for a while. Now, moving on to one of the most important parts of this video, and I'm sorry if I rambled on for a good while there. Now, depending on, maybe you can't live with the 3G, maybe you need the 4G, you're gonna probably pay $20 to $30 more. Because like I said in my unboxing video, I originally went into the store ready to drop $150 and get the LTE model, but they don't sell the LTE model in Best Buy unlocked. So I had to pick up the 3G model here. So as in my unboxing, the links for the LTE and the 3G model will be in the video description. Wow, this one ran pretty long, guys. I apologize. But I just wanted to give y'all all the information, lay it all bare, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So, as always, if you enjoyed this raw, uncut content, please just subscribe to my channel to see more raw, uncut content like this. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. You don't know how much. And please stay tuned for more quality videos like this. And we got some more stuff on the way as soon as I can get the funds lined up. So, yep. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and y'all have a nice day. Peace.